Are we getting over 2,500? Or will we remain stagnant? Let's see. Are you serious right now, bro?
Look, boy, I'm a legend, but bound my presence. Don't touch me, I'm ready. My drip like Hokage. See you and I, we both had nothing in common. I move like Kakashi, I do shit to bro.
I really did think, like, when I posted this with the thumbnail and everything, people were gonna think it was gonna be like some kind of Tower Fantasy is dead video, but I never said that Tower Fantasy is dead in this video. I just think that it could be better. I don't think it's a dead game. I don't think it's close to being a dead game. I just think that it could be better, bro. I think a game that I've been playing for the last 10 months, I don't think having a little bit higher expectations of the global version than the version that's already been out for 9 months is a bad thing. You know what I mean? I don't know what y'all think about it, man. I think 2.0 obviously will bring players to the game. People are gonna be checking out the MMOs. Okay, a new MMO came out, Because a lot of people don't know that Tower Fantasy exists. It's a gacha game, right? So if you look at the big creators that played it, other than Asmongold, they were all either Genshin creators or other gacha creators already, right? No like actual MMO players played Tower Fantasy when it came out, other than Asmongold. He's the only one that I saw. So when it hits Steam, it will hit the eyes of more people. More people will come into the game, and since it's listed as an MMO under Steam, MMO players are gonna check it out. I don't think MMO players are gonna like the game. There are a lot of people in my comments that were saying like, I'm an MMO player and I like it. It's one of those things where it's like, me too, right? Like I am an MMO player. I enjoy playing Tower Fantasy, but that's because I also like gacha games. If I was a strictly MMO player, I would not have played Tower Fantasy for more than a week at max. I'm not gonna sit here and act like what are we talking about, bro? If I only liked MMOs, Tower Fantasy is not that. It's not. The way that you progress in the game, when you look at how you should progress in an MMO, you progress like a gacha game, and that's because that's what the game is. Exactly. If you like gacha and MMO, Tower Fantasy is cool. If you just like gacha, Tower Fantasy is cool. But if you just like MMOs, you're not gonna really like Tower Fantasy. And it's sad to say that, but they didn't implement enough MMO like aspects into the game for it to truly be called that. Waifus are hot and gameplay and combat are really fun. I agree with you, man. I have a really good time playing. I think it's a great game. I don't want to get this misconstrued in any way that I don't think that Tower Fantasy is a great game. I think it's a fantastic game. Like I said, it's probably one of the best. It's probably one of the best gacha games out right now. Like what else would you be playing if not Tower Fantasy? Like Counterside, Arknights. You might as well be playing Bloons Tower Defense at that point. Like what else are you playing, bro? I don't know. Is this in Genshin right now? Even Genshin just like basically with that interview, Genshin basically just killed itself, right? Like a lot of people are supposed to say Nikkei. I'm actually gonna try Nikkei, but the gameplay in Nikkei, it looks so good. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, Nikkei looks so good. I think Genshin has a crazy enough fan base to live on after that interview. I think the game will keep going on, but I think a lot of the content creators for it, obviously they're gonna keep making content for it because it's what makes them money, right? Like right now, if Tower Fantasy were to say like, oh yeah, this is it, we're not releasing 2.0, there's nothing else coming after that. If I kept making content for Tower Fantasy, I would continue to get like decent views, right? Like I would still average about the same. It's one of those things where it's like they're gonna make videos on it because it makes them money, but not because they enjoy the game anymore after that interview, right? So until a new game comes out, like Wuthering Waves, maybe Blue Protocol, it's just kind of gonna be assed out. Now with that, and that's the other thing I want to talk about. With Wuthering Waves coming out so soon, that was a horrible time for that interview. Because of me, as a Wuthering Waves, I'd be like, yo, just drop it. Just drop the beta right now. Like they just fucked up. Drop the beta. Get everybody to check out our game right now, bro. Open beta. Find all the bugs for us, but enjoy the game while you do it. I don't know, man. That's how I would feel. I'd be like, I need everybody to know about this game right now. Because it actually is gonna have in game. Like it's like PGR is good. I stopped spending on Genshin and never will again. There's no point, right? If it's about the story, just do the story missions. If you can already beat Spiral Abyss, you don't need to summon anything else. Like what's the point? I think it was a good call for TUF to expedite 2.0 because of that reason. That's true. That's true. What if it was a fake interview, bro? What if Tower Fantasy planted somebody that they think was they hired somebody last year at MiHoYo, right? They're like, hey, I need you to say some crazy shit in this interview. They're like, bet, give me 10 months. They had the CN version out. They said, all right, they went up the chart. They were on the level where they were allowed to do interviews for Genshin. They said, I'm about to fuck this shit up. So they started saying some crazy shit in the interview so that they could release 2.0 Tower of Fantasy about a week or so after. They couldn't release it right after the interview because it would be kind of suspicious, right? So they had to wait. They had to wait about a week and a half to actually release 2.0. Just keep suspicion away from them so that Tower of Fantasy could truly and finally be perceived as the Genshin killer. Now we will see what they've been talking about for the last 10 months when they said Tower of Fantasy will be the Genshin killer. All we had to do was wait. All we had to do was wait. I mean, if they're not adding anything extra, bro, there's really no reason. I mean, but I think that's what I like about Tower Fantasy is like Genshin is one of those games that has a roadmap. Apparently they have a roadmap, right? They say they have what, like 10 years worth of content planned out, but that doesn't make sense if there's no end game. Like what are you doing in 10 years? Just do the story? I don't think I've ever wanted to play a game for story for 10 years. I don't think I've ever been that interested in anything. By the time you get to you're not gonna finish. You're gonna be done with the game in 10 years, bro. I don't care who you are, how much you like the game. I don't know, man. There may be like 5 people that still care about Genshin in 10 years. I've already spent the same amount on TOF as I have on Genshin in 2 years because I actually feel a reason to get stronger. Yeah, they definitely give you a reason, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you don't spend money, you will be struggling. Just wait till 2.1. Have y'all seen me play 2.1 on my free-to-play account? Oh my God. I am like constantly getting shit on. It is crazy. I have no reason to make my Hu Tao hit for 1 mil when hitting for 100K as a job. Yeah, that's facts. Yeah, Tower Fantasy does a really good job of giving you a reason to do more damage, for sure. I see that techie shirt. Yes, sir. I took it off the back of the chair and I put it on, bro. This is actually a really good quality shirt, bro. I'm trying to get the same people to make my merch, but I think it's one of those where they like you have to have a certain amount of subs and stuff for them to distribute, which I don't think makes sense. It doesn't make sense because if I want to pay for it, just let me pay for it. That's the one. Okay.